Hey, this is a quick lighting tutorial because I've had a few questions about a few ideas. Because I've had a few different questions about lighting, especially for people who, like me, wear glasses, and then also people who want to include practical lights. That's what we call them in your background, specifically neon lights. So I have, on this side, I have a couple of neon lights that I'm going to show you, and then I'm also going to talk about the lighting reflecting in my glasses. So if I have my head up there, you can see a little bit of a reflection coming from my glasses. The way that I have my lighting right now is bouncing up at the ceiling and then back into my face. If I were utilizing direct lighting like this, you would see the reflection a lot stronger. So you can notice that the reflection is right there in a light similar to like a ring light. So we want to utilize the bounce. We want to bounce it off of the ceiling so we don't get any reflection, or as little reflection as possible, in our face. The other thing that, if you notice, if I have my head up there, I do get a little bit of reflection. So there are a couple of different tricks. You can try and just keep your head down like this and talk directly to the camera and not look around and move your head as much. Another thing that sometimes helps is tilting the glasses just a little bit. So if you actually do have your head up a little bit, and that can eliminate a little bit of the lighting issues. But really designing the lighting so that it's in a place that's going to be comfortable for you, so that way you're not worrying about the lighting. So that's why I have directed my lighting up at the ceiling or towards the wall and bouncing back at my face. That's going to give us a nice even fill on our face, and it's going to give us not a lot of shadows. You notice that I have a little bit of shadow on one side because I have a light that's closer. This is what's called my key light. My fill light is a little bit further away. My lights are pretty bright for this room. I've turned them up really brightly because I want to be able to utilize, if I can, utilize a neon light, which is right over here. So the very first one I bought is an LED neon light that I purchased online. It is not dimmable. So this is one of the big issues. It is too bright for the room. Let me show you what I mean. So when I turn that neon light on, you don't see anything. You can't even see what it says. It says on air. It's got two different colors. Actually, it's got three different colors. It's got a blue around the outside, and it's got a red. I wonder if you can even see if I go like that. So I've tried a couple of different things. I tried to put paper in front of it so that way it could dim the light a little bit. I bought a dimmer, and I dimmed it as much as possible. That did not work at all because the light, this is a USB light, and so when you dim it, it actually goes from on to off. And so you need to make sure if you purchase an LED light that it is dimmable, and if it is an LED light that is dimmable, it will have a little bit better quality. You'll be able to dim it enough so that way it will actually show up. So the other option, this second light that I'm going to show you, is actually a very inexpensive neon style light, and it is very dim, and so it's actually going to show up on camera a little bit better. So when I turn that neon light on, it is very, very dim, and but it actually shows up. In fact, if I look at that, it doesn't, when I look at it with my eye directly, I'll cut in a shot of this to kind of show you how bright or how dim it is, but it really is barely on. Like if it had a percentage of 1 to 100, I would say it's probably at a 10%. In fact, it just went off because it's so dim. That is actually one of the ways to be able to get a light, a neon style light in the background, is having something that can dim very, very low, or sometimes a neon, it's not actually even a neon light. This is actually not even a neon light. This is just an LED light that is in the neon style. And you can see that it's very, very low. But it shows up on camera. And that might not be the best look that you're going for. I would prefer a color back there. Some sort of other color for the practicals. If you look right here behind me on that other side, I have some practical lights that are also on, and they are also very dim. So when I put them out, you can see that they're quite dim as well. And I've got them blue. They can be blue. I also have a red filter, a yellow filter. I went with blue because I liked how it cast a light off of the wall. So those are what we call practical lights. They just add a little bit of depth, a little bit of dimension, and having some practical lights in the room is going to add a little bit of interest in your background. So look for something that is very dimmable, and then bring up the lights in your room so that they are quite bright. Hope this helps.